Hey Cancer, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for September 23rd, 2024. This is for Cancer. Last shuffle coming out for Cancer. All right, Cancer, we have deserving and then we have taking steps. And this is telling me that things are going to come together. It's really important that you pay attention to where you're going and what you're doing. Everything will connect, right? But it seems like there's a lot of complicated steps or something that you got to take, or you got to be very, very precise about things. Okay? The deserving aspect is like you deserve for there to be some sort of shortcuts. Spirit's saying that in your mind you may be thinking that, and Spirit's also saying that if you start thinking like that, you're going to sabotage yourself. Don't start thinking that I deserve for things to be easier, right? I deserve for things to just be easier just for me. Spirit's like, don't do that. Don't start doing that. It will sabotage you. You could effectively lose sight of the goal, and you'll be muddled and confused with some. It's like instead of focusing on the details of what you need to do, you'll flout them or not even pay attention and just sabotage things for yourself. You know what I mean? Instead of following the instructions, it's like opening a test and going, they know I don't like reading all these words. Why won't they just tell me just put the mathematical problems over on the side instead of giving me a word problem, and then you don't read it, and that counts for more of your grade than anything else. And you know what I mean? So you end up spending a lot of time or wasting a lot of time um, on something that doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, could end up sabotaging you, really. I hope that makes sense there. But taking steps is the Eight of Wands and Six of Cups here. And that tells me that you've got to take steps, right, to focus on what you can remember about things, and apply the wisdom that, or the knowledge you already have, applying what you can remember out of things, and then um, trying to. It's so interesting because they're saying you're really smart, but Five of Swords, Hermit, Hanged Man, and King of Swords with deserving would tell me that you also feel um, like you shouldn't have to remember anything. Things should just make sense, or the answer should be right wherever. There's something about everything should be easier for me. Spirit's asking you not to think like that. That things should be easier for you, or that things should be made, accommodations should be made just for you. And I'm not saying that that shouldn't be the case, right? But they don't want you to start thinking that way because it will cripple you. Of course, if, like, say you're in a wheelchair, there should be accommodations made for you. But then at the same time, it's almost like there's something about Spirit being, kind of throwing out. You need to still be in the space of saying, what if there were no accommodations for certain things? How would you get around? How would you do things? How would you get to this or that? Like, say, most homes are not, they do not accommodate certain things. So it'd be like, how would you yeah, there's something like, say you're on crutches, right? They have two, a bunch of stairs. It's like, well, you're gonna have to take your time, learn how to do XYZ, take steps to get to become self-sufficient, or mobile. I don't know how else to put it. They're throwing that out here because they're giving off a vibe of saying it should be easier for me, and it should be. Trust and believe. There's no doubt about it. But in order to navigate through something, um, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Okay, it should be, and it's not. So what? So what are you gonna do now? It's kind of where Spirit's going, which is kind of harsh. And I'm just throwing it out there because I'm like, well, I mean, come on, what is somebody supposed to do? And they're like, and well, it's not going to be that way for now. In order to accommodate them, it's going to take weeks. And so today, what are you going to do? Like, you got to have in mind that you may not get the accommodations you think you deserve, or that you do deserve, not that you think, but that you deserve. You may not get them. What are you going to do now? Right? You don't have a washing machine. What are you going to do? You're going to take your clothes and put them in the sink. You're going to get a bar of soap or some dishwashing liquid. I don't have laundry detergent. Oh, well, use something that suds up and wash your clothes. Use shampoo if you got to. They're like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You might not be able to leave. You may not be able to go anywhere. May not be able to do anything but wash them and hang them up. Wash and rinse. What are you going to do? You know, Milestone is 3 of Swords and 4 of Cups. With an event here, this is a milestone of saying that you don't have time to be disappointed about your circumstances. You don't have time to even, it's almost like you can't ignore your circumstances and you can't be blissfully ignorant. You know how, like, ignorance is bliss? There's a milestone here where you stop focusing on what's messed up and what's disappointing to you. And now you're saying, you know what? I think I could take advantage of this situation. There's a way I can get something done. The milestone will come, and it would be a milestone in general, right? The milestone will come no matter what. But they're showing that you can't. Spirit's almost like you can't afford to be, I won't say complacent, but you can't afford to be like, it's not right. I should have these accommodations. And then the milestone is saying that you may realize that after, realizing that you don't have everything going on, but you gotta keep the train moving. You may realize that it's time for you to stop. You can't be blissfully ignorant, right? And um, you have to take advantage of what you can take advantage of in the moment and surrender to your situation, accept your situation, and then say, you know what? I still got to wash my clothes. Like, they still got to be clean though. Like, I can't show up with ketchup stain on my shirt. I got to get it together. Or they reek. I've got to do something. Shoot, dry them in the oven. Shoot, have the oven open, turn it on, and try to dry it that way. Like, there's a way to get your stuff together. You know what I mean? Loss is the star and justice. And so the loss in this energy is something happens here that may have made you lose hope. So they're throwing that out here, that you may feel like things are not fair. There's something going on with you, Cancer, where they're saying that something is not fair. Like, the hoops that you got to jump through are really, really tight, really narrow, and it's not fair. But Spirit is urging you not to think that way. They're urging you to see that you can still make a way out of a no way situation, and that you've got to commit some of this stuff to memory. Don't forget what you're going through right now, but also keep it moving. Keep it moving. Don't wait. Don't waste time sitting going, that's not fair. I can't believe I have to do this stuff in the first place. Don't even waste your breath. Keep it moving. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, a Pisces, an Aquarius, a Libra. We also have Gemini. So you could be a Gemini Cancer cusp or dealing with an Aquarius Pisces cusp. I hope this makes sense because this is all of Libra, Virgo Libra cusp as well, right? If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.